Good morning, Hornet Nation. Welcome to the Daily Buzz. I'm Joe Hutzler. Today is Tuesday, January 30th, 2018, and here's what the Buzz is all about today. Who is Dr. Tiff? You may have heard of that name in the last couple months or year since being around Lynchburg sports, whether it's through a student athlete or even here on the Daily Buzz where she was interviewed last year. And you may be wondering, who is this lady that everyone is so enthralled with and wants her on campus? Well, she's a sports psychologist. She holds a couple degrees, obviously being a doctor, and more importantly, she's a consultant when it comes to the mind part of athletics, and not just the gameplay, but also what goes into being a good teammate, what goes into being a good leader for your coach's staff and for the rest of your teammates. And she's been someone that's been a huge resource for us here at Lynchburg College, and came on campus a few times last semester and is back again this week, and will be back again a couple more times throughout the semester. So we caught up with her in her very busy schedule this week to find out exactly what she's bringing to the table this time around, if it's a similar message or something different, and what she's seen so far as a success of her time here at LC.
Well, obviously building relationships and getting to know the coaches better and their styles. I always want to speak in the sense of what their philosophies are and make sure that I'm matching what their goals are for the team and what their morals and values and ethics are. And then again, with this and with any generation, relationships are important. So if they can trust you and they know your style and your messaging, they're more apt to want to meet with you, or you can really start to develop that rapport and build the skills, because it's like anything else. It's education and it's building the skills over time. The message will build from one session to another session, but they will vary in terms. So tonight we'll be talking about communication, and the following time we'll be talking about fierce conversations. So you need to have good communication skills to then have difficult, strong conversations with teammates and your coaches. It's funny because I always say I'm not going to take any credit for success nor failure, because it's really hard to measure what I do, which is why it says a lot about Lynchburg athletics that they're willing to bring me in. Again, it's giving them the tools. It's giving a lot of times the coaches the tools to work with their student athletes. It's giving the student athletes the tools, and it's really up to them. That's what's so hard about being a coach. You can lead a horse to water and you can't make them drink, and so you hopefully give them the tools, give them opportunities to build culture, work on different performance issues in practices, and you hope you see changes. Often you'll hear coaches say if there are changes or no changes, but really a lot of it is the supporting of the coaches as well, and then educating the student athletes.
She won't admit it, but I'll say it. She's been a huge reason that we've had so much consistent success among all of our teams, including this team, women's basketball, battling Guilford tomorrow night. It's a code red game, so if you come out to the game, please wear red and be loud to show the Quakers what it's like to play in a tough environment inside Turner Gymnasium. 7 o'clock is the tip-off, and our coverage begins at 6:45. The men, well, they'll be across the street, basically, over on Rivermont Avenue to battle the Wildcats of Randolph College at 7 p.m. as well. And of course, we'll have highlights of that game for you on Thursday morning at 7 a.m. here on the Daily Buzz. Moving on to campus events, and for the first time since being back, we have more than one for you. There's a job and grad school search coming up today at a couple different times, 12 to 1 and 4 to 5, so just an hour per time. But if you show up and show 231, you can really hone in on some skills that you're going to need once you move into the search part of your next step in life, whether that's for your job or a grad school. Also, of course, it is Tuesday, which means tonight at 9 in the Snido Chapel. You already know what it is. Campus Protestant Worship presented by In Faith tonight at 9 p.m. Well, as we do every day here on the Daily Buzz, we let you know what day it is on the National Day calendar. And today is National Plan a Vacation Day. And for some of us living in this area, we're just going to say anywhere with sun, right? Because it's been rainy and gloomy. But we'll get a little bit of a break of that in this week, but I don't want to be the weatherman right now. What we thought we would do is help you the next time you plan a trip to Lynchburg, whether it's for a game or for a legitimate vacation. Here are some things that I find would be some great places to visit depending on your interest when you come to Lynchburg, Virginia. when it comes to restaurants, you're on vacation. You're going to spend a little bit more money than usual. So check out Market at Main downtown. Also, of course, Shoemakers if you really want to make it a true night on the town. If you're active, how about Blackwater Creek Trail? It is a tremendous trail. I love it because it has asphalt. It also has dirt. It runs along a creek, so you have some nice scenery to go along with that as well. And it's used a lot, so a lot of traffic means you don't have to worry about your safety as much. If you're more of a history buff, the Lynchburg Museum, I've been there before. There's a lot more about this city than you realize, and that is a great resource to check everything out. More into the X Games, that's kind of going on right now, Winter Olympics coming up. You can check out Snowflex over at Liberty University. And of course, it wouldn't be right for us to talk about things to do here in Lynchburg, Virginia, if we didn't mention to check out sports at Lynchburg College, because spring sports is right around the corner and there's always something going on in the spring, 4 to 5 days a week, which is hectic sometimes for us, but entertaining for you. Well, that's all the time we have for today on the show. We hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, and remember, it's a great day to be a Hornet, and we are one nation.